Hello everyone, it is Toby here, back in the garage gym, and today we're going to be hitting a proper big Strongman event session, the first one of the new program and the first one properly gearing us towards the competition I have got coming up on the 2nd of March. So without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into the session plan because it's going to be a meaty one, but hopefully you guys enjoy me being back in the garage gym as opposed to the public gym, because the watch time on that video would suggest that you don't like the public gym videos quite as much, and I can fully understand why. They're not as in-depth, not as much training footage and sort of filler videos for when I am very, very busy. So apologies for that. We are back and we are about to hit a really hefty Strongman event session. So on the cards today, as usual, we are starting off with some heavy log press. I've got log press for max coming up in competition. So today our top set will be a heavy triple from the chest. 102 kilos should absolutely fly. I expect to make this look really, really comfy. Yeah, should be good fun. And then, as usual, we drop down on the log, but continue up in the weight. But we go to strict press, so it'll be about 87 kilo for a set of 6. Strict on the log is the aim. That should be good as a back off set, really fry the shoulders and triceps. And then we'll do some accessories for the triceps and shoulders after that, which will be just an incline dumbbell bench press, some lateral raises and some rear delt flies, just shoulder health stuff, and then a bit more tricep work with the incline dumbbell bench press, upper chest and tricep. That's the boring stuff. The log's the interesting bit, and then we move on to the 2 events that I'll be training today. So for once, it won't be sandbag throwing. That has now moved to my deadlift session on a Thursday. So we are focusing on 2 different strongman events that I've got coming up in competition, namely the tire flip and the loading medley. Brutal to have them both in the same session, but we're going to have them both in the same session on competition day, so it is only right that we're training them just as hard. Yeah, it should be good fun. Obviously, I've got a bit of a lighter tyre. If you guys don't know already, the only tyre I could get my hands on was just shy of 185 kilo, so a little bit below 200, and the one in competition is much, much heavier. So with the tyre, we're just going to do 2 sets of like 10 reps, super high rep for tyre flip. But it's all just to practice and nail down that technique, because I know I've got the strength there. Just if we nail the technique, keep myself safe, then the strength will be there from all the other work I'm doing with box squats and stuff like that. And then the loading medley, we're going to try and emulate competition as much as possible. I've got a sandbag and a keg, and in competition we're going to be doing 2 kegs and 2 sandbags, alternating order. So my plan is to do the 100 kilo sandbag, 100 kilo keg, just there and back twice in a run, alternating them, and that should simulate the comp run pretty well. And we're going to do 2 sets of that at the end, and that should properly kill us off. So without further ado, I'm going to get geared up, start warming up, and you'll rejoin me with the top set of the log, which is coming up just now. Okay, so that's the log done. I chucked the strict press into that little clip as well, so that you got to see both of my top sets. The push press moved phenomenally, moved super, super easy, felt effortless, was barely even out of breath after doing it. And to say my best ever triple is 105, 102 moving like that, it's showing that there's good things to come. So really pleased with that. And then the strict, it looked a bit easy. It felt significantly worse than I expected it to. You probably noticed in the video I paused before going to lift it, and I had some air stuck right there, like right where I was going to clean it, and it was really painful. And that just happens sometimes when I'm lifting, and it's just like, it's the worst because it's so off-putting. having air stuck in there, because when you roll the log up and it compresses it, it either comes out one end or the other, or it just hurts and puts you off. So that's why sort of the first rep threw me back a little bit. I had to take a breath after the second and then another breath before the sixth rep there. And it's just, I wish I was in a better rhythm for that set because it would have looked a lot easier. But we got it done, so it doesn't really matter. And you never know, something like that might happen on comp day. And you just got to know how to work through it. So that's why I didn't put it down, rest up, start again. It's best to just, as long as you're not going to injure yourself, it's best just to work through misgrooves and little annoyances like that. But without further ado, what we're going to do next, count how many times I say without further ado this video, because for some reason it is a phrase that I've been saying a lot recently. But I'm going to get in and do my accessories. They're very simple, shoulder, chest, rear delt accessories, which is just, as I said earlier, incline dumbbell bench press, lateral raises and rear delt flies. Everyone who goes to the gym pretty much knows how to do those. They're very standard accessory exercises. So for me, not really worth filming at the minute. I'm just going to smash them out back to back, minimal rest time. Just blow the shoulders and triceps up, finish them all off. And then I will rejoin you as we're about to head outside to get tire flipping. All right, accessories done. My shoulders are full of blood and feeling loose, feeling good. So that's always nice. But yeah, we're going to head outside now to do the tire flip and the loading medley. And the tire flip, as I said, is a lighter tire at 185 kilo. Nearly half of that is what we're doing in the comp, but it's perfect for me to nail the technique, knowing that the strength in my legs are there to break the tire off the ground. And then as long as we nail the technique of bumping up our body and switching our grip without trying to curl it, then we should protect the biceps, remain uninjured, and get it done. Not a clue how I'm going to film these, by the way. I'm here on my own, as you could probably tell, no Will to hold the camera, so I'm just going to attempt to set up the camera where it can capture most of the driveway and get 2 sets of 10 flips done and out the way. I'm not going to rush the flips. I'm not going to try and do it for speed or anything. I'm just going to get 10 really good, healthy flips in, technique nailed, and we'll see where we go. So without further ado, here is the tire flip. So there we have it, tire flip, 2 sets of 10, pretty much every rep felt the exact same. Getting really good now at just running up the tire and instantly getting a good placing with the hands on the tread, which is important. So that's feeling really good, really snappy. It's an absolute calf burner though, which I guess you'd expect, but it certainly caught me by surprise after the first set that my calves were absolutely on fire. But the weight wasn't an issue. Sets of 10 seems about right. And yeah, the technique was going really well, so really pleased with those. I put the tire away now because it is time to move on to the loading. And the loading is going to be brutal. It's going to be a 100 kilo keg and a 100 kilo sandbag for 2 lengths each, alternating each time. So 4 lengths total, 2 with the keg, 2 with the sandbag, 10 meter lengths. Yeah, it's going to be a hard one. Annoyingly, I'm going to have to faff setting the keg back up after the first run to then pick it up for the second, but if I'm getting sub 1 minute times with the faff of the keg, that puts me in good stead for the competition. So my plan for the competition is just to finish all 4 implements in a reasonable time. I'm capable of it, and I think the time limit is 60 seconds, so yeah, as long as I'm getting sub 1 minute even with a faff, then I'll be definitely safe. So without further ado, let's jump in to the loading. So you may have noticed that was only 1 set of loading. It killed me off a lot more than I expected it to. And speaking to Loz, my coach, big Loz official, Lawrence Charlet, goes by many names, we decided that, yeah, 1 set is more than enough considering I'm working at close to, or not actually almost bang on comp weight with this loading. So it is going to be tough. He suggested that if I have the capacity to go lighter some weeks and do more sets as more of a deload, but obviously I only own the 1 sandbag and the 1 keg at 100 kilo each, so it'd be very difficult and annoying to change the weight of that each week. So I've just spoken to him about potentially what we're going to do regarding these sets, whether we're just going to keep it at 1 set of comp week, at 1 set of comp weight each week, or try and do something different. So I will keep you posted as we discuss that, and my training evolves. It's ever changing. That's the great thing about having a coach, is if something doesn't feel quite right on the program, we're able to manipulate and change it as we go, rather than relying on a off-the-cuff program that might not work for everyone. But yeah, so that actually felt really good though. Like, yes, it killed me off, but during the set I felt good. It was only after that I started dying, but luckily enough in the comp it is just the 1 set right at the end. So I could die all I want after that, because hopefully by that point I will have won. So, but yeah, as I said, I'd be really gassed with anything under a minute, including the sort of 10-second faff with the keg. And we nailed it. We got about 55 seconds, I think, including the faff, which was a longer faff. So in reality, it was more like 45 seconds of actual loading time, which is about bang on. I want to try and get a sort of 40-second-ish time on comp day, because you watch like World's Strongest Man with like a 4 or 5 implement run, and then the winning times are usually about 32 seconds. So right around 40 seconds means I'll be in the upper mid pack, hopefully, unless there are some absolute fitness freaks who happen to also be super strong. But I'm hoping that I can move quite well with weight. So I should be able to get a decent placing on that. It's a good event for me usually. In my last comp, I just missed out on a top 2 position, I think, because I got the last keg over the bar with literally seconds to spare. So I just missed out on getting the credit for that keg, even though I did load all 5. And that was all 5 in a minute. So getting 4 considerably faster today is really, really good. So I'm pleased. I'm really, really pleased. But yeah, you might chalk it up to a fail because I didn't do everything written down on the program. But if you're in that mindset, it doesn't matter until comp day. As long as you're getting the bulk of the work done and you're not being lazy, as long as you're skipping sets for appropriate reasons, then it's absolutely fine. But that is where I'm going to leave today's video. Of course, with Strongman, as they say, there is always one more set, and that is putting the keg and the sandbag back in the garage and away again. So that is what I'm going to do now. It's going to be a tough one, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Strongman event session. It's a really good insight to how we're preparing for competition and how the program is changing to suit the events. But I'm confident, I'm feeling well. I'm 3 months out, 2.5, 3 months out of the comp, and I'm already doing comp weights with performances that I'd be happy with in the comp. So give it 3 more months and I've nailed my fitness and we're getting really good, then it should be a really good day for me. It should be a really, really good comp. So I'm feeling strong. Barring disaster, we should do quite well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. But I've been Toby and I will see you in the next video.